Look at this card. Look at it. This is UFC 318. What are the UFC doing? Were you a fan back in the day? Were you a fan watching the UFC 2 years ago? Were you excited for the summer? Oh, great UFC cards up and coming, yeah? More money coming in than usual, you know? Should be big stars, big events, lot of names. What were you expecting, huh? Were you expecting UFC 318 to be this amazing, stacked, great card in July, prime time? If you look at 317, amazing main event, not much else going on the card. Okay? If you were expecting a great summer of great cards, big fight after big fight after big fight, yeah, then F you and F me too. That's what Dana White's saying. The product is going down. The cards are trash. Everything in value is going down, but the ticket prices is going up. The ESPN subscriptions, what you guys in the US have to pay, I know it's just going up. And for us fans, just going down. I don't know what you fans think, what the other creators think. I don't care anymore. Like last week, there wasn't any fights on. No one talks about this card this weekend, and we're gonna get to it. It's trash also. I'm totally fine getting rid of cards. Like how many cards, with how the fighters are nowadays, how pussy ass bitches the fighters are nowadays, don't wanna fight, and Dana White and the UFC and the top, the bosses, whatever, no one cares. With how the state of the UFC is right now, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, have like 2 cards per month probably. Honestly, maybe the UFC should have free cards every month, and then have I don't know, 3 times a year, like a few weeks off, a month off. That's just what the UFC. That's not what I want as a fan at all, as a content creator, as a YouTuber, and most importantly, as I started off, a fan. That's not what I want, and I don't think that's what you guys want either. But this is just the state of the UFC. Let's check here. UFC 318. Dana White just posted the official full card. It's done. Dana White says, in caps, this card is so badass. The BMF card is officially finalized. This is going to be fun in New Orleans. Hashtag UFC 318. Dana White, go fuck yourself, you bald fuck. Go and promote Canelo. Go and promote boxing. And leave this. Leave the UFC. I don't know who has the full power. Who is the highest of the highest in the UFC. If it's shareholders. How the fuck... I don't know. I don't care. Whoever is up there and have the power, get rid of Dana White. And I don't know about these other guys. Sean Shelby, Hunter Campbell. You hear all these other names. I don't know who is the final boss anymore, or who cares, because it seems like no one is caring anymore. So Dana White, go and F yourself and leave and go to boxing. I don't care anymore. I have been saying for weeks, Dana, come back to UFC, F boxing, put your time and effort into this. But he doesn't care anymore at all. He's set, he has his money, he don't care about the fans. If you aren't oil money, we're gonna get to that too. So yeah, F Dana White, go there. I don't want to hear his name anymore. Then Hunter Campbell, Sean Shelby, I don't know who run this shit. Just make something happen. We need get new people in. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many it takes. Get new people in that can run the promotion. See it as fans, but also as businessmen, and just get this back to what it was a few years ago. Back when I watched in 2022, 2023, we talked just 2-3 years ago. We complained then that you know, the UFC wasn't like what it was back during the Conor years, or even back in 17, 18, 2019, just before the pandemic. But now, please take me back to 2022. Like, yeah, I hated Adesanya, but you got this big Adesanya main events, and you know, Vulcan, Max, and you know the big lightweight names were fighting all the time. Gaethje, Oliveira, Dustin, Chandler. Nate was fighting. Nick Diaz just fought. Of course, Jones was about to return, and yeah, that was what it was. But so Dana is hyping 318, and this is the card: Max versus Dustin, amazing. Love it as a main event. Love it. Number 13 ranked Paulo Costa versus number 14 Roman Kopylov as a co-main event of a pay-per-view in 2025. Paulo Costa as a co-main event of a pay-per-view wouldn't even be good back in 2021, but it would be acceptable. Now it is a fucking disgrace. When did Paulo Costa fight? He fought over a year ago. He fought 0 times in 2023. Once he fight, and we're gonna get to that. There's so many fighters, big names or not big names. They fight once a year. I don't want to hear any fans or any creators out there like Ariel Helwani, any fighters. I don't want to hear anyone complain about the UFC fighter pay ever again. Trust me. If you can fight once a year or once every other year, and you're not even a former champion, you haven't been on these big pay-per-view headlines time after time or anything like that, you're like a journeyman, like Kevin Holland is not a good example, but you're like a journeyman, whatever, and you can fight once a year or once every 2 years, and you're living the good life. How is UFC pay bad then in any way? So anyone that says that, go and F yourself and get off this channel. I don't care. Get off this channel. Or I actually continue watching and comment down below. Comment down below if you disagree, agree, whatever. So Costa Kopylov, horrible co-main. Horrible. Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez. Kevin Holland is fun on the pay-per-view, but not as a third fight up. Dan Ige, Patricia Pitbull. After Pitbull's last fight, is there anyone that cares about this fight? Put it on the prelims. I don't care about Pitbull. What is he, 40 soon? He's not even half the fighter he was in Bellator. I don't care. And Michael Johnson, dude, if this was 10 years ago back in 2015, I would be so excited for Michael Johnson. 10 years ago, I would love to see him on the main card. And I'm so happy that I'm not the only one that fans are waking up. Because look at the comments. Okay. Thank you. No, it ain't, gang. And you know, this Macy Chasson, or I hope you get essayed or something. Princess Tiger, you know, these accounts with verified whatever, they just dick riders, they don't count. Card is honestly mid. Yeah, that's very kind. Fight night type of card. Yeah. This is this is one of the cards if all time, yeah. Week pay-per-view, main event saves it from being terrible. System capping, with all respect to you. No offense. But the main event doesn't save it from being terrible. And I just want everyone to get it, even Dana White and everything. A main event being good does never, even if it's Conor McGregor versus Khabib 2, Jorge Masvidal or whatever, a main event does never change the rest of the card from being terrible or not. You need at least a few good or big fights, depending on if it's a pay-per-view or fight night for the card to be good. It doesn't matter if it's John Jones, Conor McGregor, Brock Lesnar, whoever in the main event. If the rest of the card is trash, the card is trash. Okay. And this is also the priority. Why is a number 10 versus number 11? So first of all, why isn't Vettori Allen over the Costa fight? Why? But if you look here, Vettori versus Allen is a grudge match. For you hardcore fans, you guys know that they have been beefing for, I don't know, 1-2 years, whatever. They had some altercations in casino. They had some Ant. They had some, Victorian Allen had like an altercation in a casino. They had something at the fight, maybe, I don't know, it was power slap or in the UFC, whatever. They hate each other, and they were supposed to fight like last year or earlier this year or whatever. And now the fight is finally happening. This is a perfect fight to have like as a second fight on the main card. Could even open up the main card. Depends on the rest of the card and everything. I have no idea what this placement is. Not even the main event. Why do they think Kyler Phillips Oliveira is... Will that draw in more fans? I have no idea what the UFC is doing. I have no idea. But let's move on, because it's not only the UFC that doesn't care. It's the fighters also. So they deserve no credit. Okay, this is fighters that fought at least a few months ago, or haven't even fought this year, that could be fighting now, or should have a fight booked within 2 months, and should be have fought when the summer is over. I just want you to have that in mind, because we will look at these horrible shit dog-ass cards, and you will think, where is all the fighters? And sometimes we look at a fighter like, whatever, you can look at, where is Cyril Gahn, or where is Arnold Allen? You know, one fighter here and there, and you think, I mean, it's not it's fine, there's one guy, but there's not one fighter. There's so many. This is not even all. I just did a quick glance through the rankings, and I know who is booked and not. Listen to this. Umar Nurmagomedov hasn't fought since January. Song Yadong fought early in the year. Didn't take any damage. Where is Marlon Vera? Where is Cejudo? Where is Jair Rodriguez, who took 0 damage against Pitbull? Where is Arnold Allen, who fights once a year? Arman Tsarukyan has been sitting on his ass. He hasn't fought in like 14 months since UFC 300. I don't care what happened in January. The UFC said to you to fight. You ain't getting the title shot. Go and fight. We don't care if you're the backup. We don't care if you're a backup again against Max and Dustin. Go and fight, you stupid retard. You haven't fought in 14 months. Fight! You haven't been at work for 14 months. Go to work. Justin Gaethje hasn't fought since, like, I believe it's March. Didn't take much damage at all. He's sitting on his ass. Go and fight. Dan Hooker hasn't fought since September last year. I don't care if people have some minor injuries. Every fighter have injuries going into fights and camps because they are fucking retards. Dan Hooker is fighting once a year. It doesn't have to take 12 months for you to come back. Come back and fight, or retire. Get him out of the rank. I would laugh and applaud the UFC if they took Hooker out of the rankings and fired him, released him. I would love that. I don't give a piss about Dan Hooker anymore. This is not 2019 anymore. Paddy Pimblett took 0 damage against Michael Chandler. He landed some shots. Good on Chandler. Paddy, get back in the cage, you fat little shrimp. Shavkat Rakhmonov hasn't fought since December last year. Get your pussy injuries out of the way and fight. Sean Brady took 0 damage against Leon Edwards. You said, you know that Islam is fighting for the belt. You said that you had to fight again to earn the shot. Get to work. Speaking of that, fight Leon Edwards. Brady just laid on you and did nothing. Brady just laid on you. Get back to work. Why is Leon Edwards saying, I will want to be back in December versus Ian Gary? December? You took 0 damage in March. You should be fighting this weekend. Okay, Ian Gary took like not any damage against Prates until like the last round. Get to fight. Colby hasn't fought since December. Strickland hasn't fought since February. Adesanya hasn't fought since February. Where is Ankalaev? Where is Alex Pereira? Where is Jiří Procházka? Where is Alberg? Where is Jan Blachowicz? Where is Alexander Rakic? Where is Dominic Reyes, who got the first one finished? Where is Cyril Gahn? Where is Alexander Volkov? I love you, Volkov. Where are all these fighters? I'm getting insane. I'm getting insane, guys. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. Comment down below what you think, because is this only me that's going insane as a UFC fan? Comment down below, subscribe, like, dislike, block me, report me. Do what you feel like, do something. So this is the weekend's card. So you got Cater, okay. Wonderboy was Bonfim. I mean, it's fine. I see no talk about Wonderboy nowadays. Nothing. I'm excited for Wonderboy, but... And the main event is Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis has had... I can't afford to scream again. Derek Lewis hasn't fought in... I don't know. I just killed an ant. Jesus. Derek Lewis hasn't fought in like a year. Maybe it's 2 years. Maybe it's one. He never fights. That's the point. He never fights. He's like number 10, number 11. I don't know exactly. Like most people that watch this doesn't even know who Talisman Teixeira is. This is such a weak main event. Such a weak main event. And this is only the start. Here we have the card. 318. That's the thing. For pay-per-view, the prelims are pretty good. For being prelims... Oh, sorry. Oh my god. For being prelims, this is pretty good. Marvin Vettori and Brennan Allen on the prelims, sick. Oh, then the main card have to be amazing, right? If Vettori Allen is on the prelims. Phillips Oliveira, sick fight. Trash fight to have on the main card. No hype. No hype. No hype. Sick main event. That's 318. Of course, when it's about the oil money and the Mr. Terror is down there, those people that have 0 fighters in the UFC, maybe one fighter that is losing, they have 0 fighters. Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, nothing. Soy, nothing. The people that are representing you in the UFC are the fucking Dagestanis. That isn't even your people. Bryce Mitchell, Peter Jan, Movsar Evloev, Whittaker the Ridder. Of course, this is a great fight night. And the only reason we're getting it is like with boxing. Boxing would be dead, as it has been for 10 years, if Turkey Alashed, whatever his disgusting name is, if he wasn't in boxing. This is basically the same thing here. The oil money is coming in. Oh, hey, we want the brother. We want the events in Saudi Arabia. And they throw the game. And the thing is, this wouldn't even solve the problem. Peter Yan versus McGee on 318 wouldn't make it much better. It would improve it, but it wouldn't make it a big difference. Same thing with Bryce Mitchell. It is what it is. It's sad, but that final isn't the point. This is one of the worst things I have seen since I were at the toilet a few weeks ago. Main event, Albasi Teira. Holy shit. Nothing the next week. Or is it the next week? Yeah, whatever. Nothing here. Perez Urseg, Dulitze Hernandez. Good prelims. DDP Shimaev, amazing main event. Co-main event, Cannonier Page, MVP. I like it. After that, nothing. GM3. Dude, if this was 2018, Barbosa. Bobby Green. If this was 2014, I would be so excited. This is what I mean. The China card. The thing is, as a fight night card, Michel Pereira on there, Pavlovich, nice. Brian Ortega, Aljamain Sterling. That's a main event. I don't care about there should be a Chinese in the main event, because that's not. Was Fiziev in the main event against Bahamondes in Azerbaijan? No. Because it wasn't a main event level fight. Same thing here. Pavlovich Acosta, Walker Jingming Yang, and main event Ortega Sterling. Sick. But the main event is Walker Jingming Yang. Trash. Horrible. Disgusting. yeah, good main event. And this is all the UFC has laid out this far. Lopez and Silva. This is everything we got. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. UFC, go fuck yourself. So such a big disrespect and disgrace to the fans. I don't know, UFC, what you have to do. If I don't know legally if you can do something with the contracts and like to the fighters, sign this that says that you are mandatory. You have to fight minimum twice a year. Should fight like 3 times a year, whatever. Have them sign something, and if they refuse, I don't know, sue them, fire them, shame them, leak some pictures. I don't know, do something. I don't care about the fighters' right. I'm a fan. This isn't even about me as a YouTuber content creator. I'm an influencer. This isn't even about that. And if you see I don't know how my face looks like. It's probably red and looks horrible. It's the stress because this horrible trash. This is what the UFC is doing to me, and I can't talk anymore. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. New video right here, playlist right here. Please subscribe.